Welcome to In Frame. I'm Jay Lazarus Hawk.
I'm Jamie Hall.
And we are Rising Fire Productions. We'd like to welcome to you to a very special episode of In Frame today on behalf of Robert Coletta, sitting to my right here. We have a very full house, so forgive us if not everybody's on camera all at the same time. Robert Coletta, you've heard us talk about him week after week. He runs the Memphis Rehearsal Complex and is doing amazing things for musicians in this city, and he has been more than gracious and has brought out several of the musicians that he has worked with and done some work for. Some of them will be performing here live in the studio with us, and we'll get to the introductions as we go. Robert, personally, I want to say thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
I know that everybody in this room owes you a debt of gratitude on some level, and I think the things that you're doing in this city for musicians are absolutely wonderful, and the fact that you have started opening up and trying to bring in the film element as well has been fortuitous for us. So I want to thank you on behalf of myself and my partners for that.
Cool, man. It's good to hear. Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Also with us is his partner Brandon Knight down on the end over here. Brandon, I want to welcome you to the show and thank you as well. You're kind of the silent partner from my experiences thus far, but
He's better talking than I am.
I have a feeling he probably couldn't do it without you. It's the kind of thing that would require the support of a brother at arms. So I commend you for putting your friendship and that kind of a test, because the things you guys do can be stressful.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Thank you.
On behalf of artists and musicians in this city, thank you for being willing to do
And
something
as behalf
like
of
that.
Rising Fire, we have to say thank you to you guys, all of you guys, for coming out today and a little bit of short notice and coming out and sitting with us. We've been talking about what it is that Rising Fire is wanting to do, and we're a lot like what Robert and Brandon. We are wanting to bring the art community back together, and it starts with, wow, we got even
We
more.
have a full house.
Bringing all the arts together, as far as music, painting, anything arts, film work, and everything. And we have mentioned you guys and everybody at MRC, and I, for myself, have to say thank you to you guys for doing what you do. It is very much an inspiration to us as Rising Fire, and we are glad to be working with you guys at any level.
And I also want to ask Kent to take a moment and pan around just to show how many people have actually walked in here, because these are musicians. These are the people that we as filmmakers can go to get original material into our films, soundtracks, scores for film work, live performances in a film, anything it is that you might need in a production. Here's a room full of people that can help you with that kind of thing. And it is amazing to me that this is our 11th week, and we have reached out to the film community for actors, directors, everybody. And we've been fortunate to be able to get a guest in here almost every week. But we reached out to the music community in 1 week.
And got all
And
of
we
this.
have a room full of artists and musicians. And I think that's a testament to the music community that you're putting together.
That's
That
awesome.
there's
Thank
that
you,
much
everybody.
support.
Thank you for showing up. That's
Yes,
really
thanks,
good.
guys.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Much appreciated. For sure.
And now, having introduced Robert Coletta and Brandon Knight, I'd like to go ahead around the room and introduce everybody else, or have them introduce themselves, because there's far too many names for me to ever remember. We'll start over here to my right.
My name is Jody Cox. I run Jody Lane ENT and Production Services. We have a very special gift to thank Mr. Robert for all his help in the community today.
What's this?
This will be a little gift for him to hang outside of his
Nice.
place of business. What do you think about that?
That's awesome.
That's
Cool,
fantastic.
man. Wow, that is very appreciated. That's cool, man.
Excellent. How about that? Presents. And of course, we want to
That's
say
so cool.
the obvious, happy St. Patrick's
Oh yeah,
Day
yeah.
to
Same
everybody.
reason, for sure.
Yes.
Sporting a little bit of green. I'm not Irish myself, but I'm supporting. Let's go around this way. I know Jad Davis. For those of you who don't know Jad, he used to do the runway shows.
Yeah, I used to do or produce runway shows for Revolutionary Runway.
Revolution.
Wow.
But we're actually in the works of getting one together now, so we can bring it back. But I left for a minute to go into music so that I could further develop my artistic career. So, but yeah. But Robert Coletta he's been a gateway to a lot of musical things for me. Because I remember when I was stepping into it, I went to the MRC and he made sure that I was going to the right people and nothing else. So he really made sure to guide me as a new artist, and it really helped.
Excellent. And to your left?
Chase Bertram. My artist name is Plan C. I'm a producer and hip hop artist. I rap. I've only been doing it for like a year, but Rod took me into MRC. I've been working my ass off ever since. Man, I went in there in 2 weeks. I had a mixtape done.
It's nice to have someone light the fire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next over with a guitar.
Hi there, I'm Clayton Markley. I'm a musician from Wisconsin. I moved down here about 3 years ago, and I had the privilege to meet Rob. And ever since then, I always had a home to network with other artists, make amazing connections, and actually find other bandmates. And it's always an amazing experience to see all the arts come together, film, paintings, music. Everything kind of comes together at the MRC, and never seen anything quite like it, but I've always wanted to. So, props to Rob.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Let's drop back to the gentleman in the hat.
I'm James Wilkes, and I'm in the band Remain the Same. And we've been friends with Rob for a long time now, and as he's moved into MRC, we moved in with him and took that leap together. So,
What kind of music do you do?
rock and roll.
Does Remain the Same come from the Zeppelin?
You can say it does.
Just curious. Besides you?
Harvey Kelly, I'm the lead guitarist for Remain the Same.
Okay. And how many members in Remain the Same?
There's 5 of us. There'll be 3 of us today.
Okay, excellent. And next over?
I'm Russ, Sad Movie Scene. I actually met these guys last night. They were gracious enough to ask us to come play. I don't even know how it happened, honestly. So anyway, I sing and play guitar for Sad Movie Scene. So we appreciate you guys having us.
Not a problem. Now, is there another member with you?
Yeah, I've got 3 other guys. 2 of us are playing though.
All right, let's get names and position.
I'm Rick Pfeiffer. I'm the programmer.
All right.
Sad Movie Scene.
Sean, play drums.
All right. And
Brandon, lead guitars.
excellent. So we got Sad Movie Scene, Remains the Same,
Clay Markley.
Clay Markley,
Chase Bertram.
Plan
C.
Plan C, and Jad Davis. So this is just a small example of the things you've got going on at MRC. How many rooms? Now, for those who don't know, MRC, 42 Monroe?
296 Monroe.
296 Monroe, excuse me.
You're horrible.
Right,
It was on the banner.
I'd have to be able to read for that. Anyway, down on Monroe, it's a multi-story. The first floor is a wide open area where you have the monthly event for the arts, where you've got musicians, you've got artists, you've got people being body painted, you've got people selling their arts and wares from tables.
Visual artists,
Everything out there. And my understanding is that this isn't something that the artists really have to struggle to achieve.
Absolutely not.
You actually offer this space to them.
Absolutely, yeah. It's free to the public, and it's free to the artists, it's free to vendors. It's a public event to help our city grow.
Now, what possibly could be more supportive of the arts than to offer the artists themselves free space to play, free space to sell, free space to just show what they do?
You know, people in this town are not used to that.
Absolutely
Not at all. Surprised me.
Yeah,
tremendously.
We've had this conversation many a time before. You know, I'm a very giving person. I love helping anybody that's willing to help themselves accomplish anything. But people are not used to that, to be able to come into a venue and set up and be able to network. You said network with other people. Mm-hmm. And at MRC, you're doing that. Give us a little more background about who you guys are and how MRC came to be, for people out there that don't know who Robert and Brian and everybody else in this room is and how they came to Brandon. I'm sorry. You flipped me up already, man. I'm sorry, Brandon. Give us a little background on you guys and how how all this became.
Easy. We left for LA together. We went to music business school, Musicians Institute, and when we came back, he found the building, which was basically a little rundown, a lot rundown.
I seem to remember
it wasn't
the
very
story
trashy
implied that was a lot more.
But we opened up a recording studio there together, and I don't know. After a while of playing with that, we decided that it would be better for us to utilize the entire space rather than just one room. So we got together and just started coming up with ideas and just started making it pretty, cleaning it up, making it pretty, inviting all these wonderful people to come in, share space with us, get together, make music, make arts, everything.
Now, of course, this wasn't an overnight process.
No, this
I mean,
was
you
a
had
three-year, three-year process.
I mean, you had homeless, you had...
Yeah, we had homeless people living in there.
I mean,
it was not a pretty place at all. It was trash piled high on the floors. It was nasty. It was pretty bad. But I mean, with the help of everybody here, we all did it together. Really, I mean, really, it's not just me and Brandon by any means. It's everybody got together. We all worked together. We all helped each other. We spent lots of time. We got to know each other. All of us became really good friends, and we really did it all together. The community is really a community thing.
Well, when we say community, when we have something as tight as what me and Lazarus and Kent have and what you guys have, it's not a community anymore, it's a family.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a family because it's each other helping to a common cause. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're here to try to bring everybody together within film and everything. We know that you guys are all musicians. We all are here to help one another, and that's what the greatest thing, that's what the art community is supposed to be about, Absolutely. Is helping each other reach that common goal. We've said it 1,000 times here, that it is our goal to use in our films and in everything that we do, local musicians, artists, and everything, and before we go anywhere outside. And I think that you're doing the same thing with MRC. I mean, we've been promoting you guys here from the day one, since we met you. And, to bring in artists to have that is a great thing. So give us a little bit more, about how people are able to just come in. Do you have monthly times, bi-monthly? What are the dates that you have everybody come in for the showcases and everything?
We do the showcase on the last Wednesday of every month. The last Wednesday of every month. It starts at 7, goes to 1 a.m. It's decided to use the weekday being what it is and being free. That way we don't get in the way of the weekend events that a lot of people are obligated to and whatnot. So, and a lot of musicians, of course, have gigs on the weekends and whatnot. And man, it blew our minds, really. I mean, we had like 15 people, 10 people the first time.
7.
7 people, okay, 7 people the very first month. The next month we had like 30 or 40 people, and then the following month we had like 200 people show up. And we're like, wow, let's keep doing this. And then we draw probably 500 people a night on a Wednesday night every month to this thing.
And I know that the artists are selling there as well.
Yes.
I've actually seen one or two of the artists I've spoken to.
Yeah, no charge for vendors or artists to come in and do their thing. They can sell their artwork, they can sell their music, they can sell themselves.
And no percentage taken.
No, absolutely
You don't
not.
understand, for an actual artist, someone who's drawing or painting or constructing something, to be able to go somewhere and sell that and not have to give 30 to 50% to the gallery owner. That is a massive, massive break for an up-and-coming struggling artist, because galleries steal from the artists. They really do. They just, you get the opportunity to display your art, grab an audience, and make some sales, but you take an item that you can sell for a given price, because that covers your supplies, that covers the time you put into it, etc. You take it to a gallery, you have to mark it up. Otherwise, you actually lose money by selling your piece.
Well, the reasoning behind all of it is that we all live in Memphis. We understand our market here is not the best, so this is in an attempt to help build that. Even if it's just with 1,000 people in the city only, amongst ourselves, we can help build that with ourselves. It doesn't have to be the whole city. But eventually, maybe, it will help this scene, the music scene, the art scene, will help the market. That was the whole idea behind it in the first place, is to help the market build.
The seed has to be planted in order to grow.
That's exactly
and
what
I
it was,
commend you, just looking around with a 2-day notice, just looking around what you've managed to pull together shows that what you've planted has really reached fruition and is growing strong. So I commend you on that. And, in Memphis, music is a massive, massive part of Memphis, even more than film.
Yeah.
Everything started here. Stax, Sun, Johnny, Elvis. It all poured out of here. And as is evident by what you're doing, the need for what you are doing, the city itself, the governing body, tends to not really support an artist who came from another town and is struggling. a band or two bands that are trying to make a break for themselves in a form of music that this city isn't already known for. It's a very tough break. And when you look at the city and you see how it lacks that support, right now they're about to tear down WHBQ, which is where Elvis Presley first performed and got his break.
His first song was and this interview was there.
Interview, exactly.
I didn't know that.
And they're about to take that down. It'll be gone. Mike McCarthy, a local filmmaker, has put together a drive to preserve the studio. Take everything out of it, preserve it, let them rebuild what they're doing, and then rebuild it as a monumental museum piece. Because this is a part of not only not only Memphis history, but music history at large. Elvis was one of the biggest names in music history, and we're about to wash away his beginnings. So he has put together this campaign, and he's trying to raise money. I believe there's 23 more days left on the campaign, or something to that effect. And this is something all of you, anybody you know, spread it around that this is going on. We're going to take a break. We're going to let Clay get set up, and he's going to perform when we come back. But we want to run this video that Mike McCarthy has put together because he's trying to raise money to preserve a piece of our musical history, which all of you could one day be a part of that. And do you want to see your city just wash that away when you've come and gone and take that piece of your legacy? So let's go ahead and run that clip and give everybody a chance to help preserve the WHBQ studio.
Oh, yes, sir. Good feeling. So, Phillips, everybody want to buy got Kennedy Baptist Hospital, War 24E. Just flat fix and bring you the hottest thing in the country, real hot and blue, coming to you through WHBQ in Memphis, Tennessee, and it's Friday night tomorrow.
We're here at the Hotel Chiska in downtown Memphis. It's a 100-year-old building that's being renovated and turned into apartments. We're actually in the mezzanine level, which used to be WHBQ radio station offices. On July 5th, 1954, Sam Phillips records Elvis Presley doing That's All Right with Scotty and Bill. 3 days later, he's given the acetate recording to Dewey Phillips, who has a show here at WHBQ called Red Hot and Blue. Let's go down the hallway and find it. On July 8th, Dewey Phillips tells Elvis and tells Sam he's going to play this song, right? Elvis gets so nervous that he goes to a movie theater. He can't handle what might happen, the rejection that might follow. But the song is so popular that Dewey plays it 14 times out of his room down here. The Presleys are urged to go get Elvis at the movie theater and bring him to Red Hot and Blue because Dewey wants to interview him. And all that happened in this room right here. By the time Elvis gets to this room, he's a nervous wreck. He tells Dewey, I ain't never been interviewed before, Mr. Phillips. And Dewey Phillips says, it's all right, Elvis. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask you a few questions, like where you go to high school and how old you are. Elvis answers all these questions. But what Dewey didn't tell him is that the microphone was on the whole time. And it happened in this room. The conversation that Dewey and Elvis have in this exact room in 1954, July 8th, is the first rock and roll conversation that's broadcast on the air ever. Right now, we need your help to save this room. All these panels, everything is original to 1954. We need to excavate the room, basically, just as it is, exact measurements, the glass, everything, and we need to take it downstairs and create in the lobby a museum piece of the room so that the next time you're in Memphis, you can come in and you can see where the great Dewey Phillips performed Red Hot and Blue and first had a rock and roll conversation with Elvis Presley that night on July 8th, 1954. Please help us in this cause. City of Memphis thanks you.
Oh, taking the blues with piano red. Let's wake up. Well, got a telegram here from Truman. Want to play goodbye and so long. Let's dig that boogie.
Clay Bartlett?
Markley.
And
you've got me.
Clay We're back? Alright, that was the Red Hot and, what is it called? Red Hot and Rescue from Mike McCarthy to save the WHBQ studios. Music is an essential part of Memphis's history. It is essential a part of all of our histories. So please, he is at 5% of his goal. He's got 23 days left. If you can't contribute, tell everybody you know about it. Maybe they can. Maybe they can tell someone who can contribute. But please, help us preserve WHBQ Studios.
It only takes one voice for this to be taken care of, and this is a part of our history. We need to do what we can. If you don't have the funds, tell everybody. Put it on your Facebook. Talk to people at your jobs. We have to save this. We have to save the studio because this is a part of our history.
One shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
If it doesn't go through this time, it's done
gone.
with.
It will be gone after this.
Yeah.
So. That said, we're going to acknowledge the importance of music. We're going to turn to Clay Markley, and he's going to introduce a song and play for you.
Yeah, I'm just going to share a fingerstyle piece I put together. Today I'm playing to represent, of course, Rob and the MRC and everything they've done for me, and also Leader Music and BM Publishing. All right. Something like that. Thank you.
Wow.
Just finger style that I've kind of just developed over the years. Just kind of making it my own, using my own techniques and styles, and working on the techniques that just come.
I think what I liked
yeah.
most about it is there was no immediate "you sound like."
Yeah.
I really that was you.
Right.
And that's evident of
That's
what we
key.
were. That's
key to what we're doing.
It's kind of
Yeah,
what we were talking
yeah.
about. That this town, you know, off camera, you leaned in and you said that this town is a melting pot of talent, and we really are. And you know, two things amaze me about this town: how many people, artistically especially, aren't from here originally.
Yeah.
That end up here.
That have been drawn here.
And how many people feel like they have to leave in order to make it? And I don't know if it's as prominent in the music scene as it is for the film scene, but for actors and directors in this town, most of them are convinced we have to leave Memphis to succeed.
And that's what we're all here to accomplish in changing. We're trying to make this more of a understanding that you don't have to leave Memphis. Memphis is already known for getting the people out there. We need people like the ones sitting in this room to bring the artists and the film directors and the painters and the spoken words all together and start putting them out there to be noticed, because we have so many ways of getting people noticed nowadays. You know, 20 years ago you didn't have the Facebooks, the Twitters, the live streams. You know, it's all about everybody's got something that the other guy needs. So
Absolutely.
if we all come together, we all got what we need to make it successful.
And if you can find a group of people like you obviously have right here, if you can find a group of people that are willing to set aside ego, don't worry about being the man on top or the man that gets the credit or whatever it might be, because there's plenty of that to go around. No film is made by one person. No band is one person. He is one person. He does his thing, and he's damn good at it. But when it comes to a band, there's a chemistry. And when that separates, that chemistry changes. Same thing on a film set. It takes an army of people to make a film. And if you can set aside the ego and all work towards a common goal, you will make a piece of work, whether it's an album or a film, that can truly transcend the reputation that is either put upon us or at least believed to be put upon us.
And especially in this industry, I mean, it all comes back to production. With like the film, it takes a team. With bands, it takes a team to make it happen. You know, yes, this man, he's very talented with his music, but he needs support, just like everybody else, to show that, you know, to show that how good his music is. To be, you know, he needs people to say, hey, this guy's really, really good. And then when he gets up there, he shows them that he's really, really good, because he does his talking through his instrument.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and turn the camera back on him for a moment. For anybody that has a doubt, what you just saw, I mean, this is a talented young musician. As filmmakers, and I suspect most of our audience is film-oriented at this point, you need music in a film. I mean, it's essential. You don't want a silent movie unless that's what you're going for, but you need music. So this is just one artist that is representing the MRC, that is someone that can be reached out to and, you know, work out a deal with him.
Yeah.
I want you to go ahead, Clay, and just look at the camera and give him any and all contact information that you want someone to have to be able to contact you.
Yeah.
Whether that's to just hear what you do or actually look you up and see about working with you.
Awesome. Yeah, and if I can just add one more thing into our discussion earlier, you know, being an out-of-towner, you know, being from Wisconsin, I've really had the opportunity to see Memphis from an outsider's perspective, in especially the music scene. And what I've just discovered is if you can make it in Memphis, you can make it anywhere. You know, it is the most challenging, because it's the most challenging scene, because a lot of the people who come to Memphis, they come to see the blues music. The tourists come here to see blues, and they want to drink and they want to sing along. When it comes to local music, it's hurting. But people who are passionate about the scene.
But at the same time, this city had, you know, we put out a Grammy-winning rap bands, 666, and the hustle and flow.
And I think that's the common myth. It's like, oh, I need to go there to make it. How can I make it there if I can't make it here? What's gonna?
When it comes down to it, no matter where you are, that's where you have to be. That's where you have to do it, because that's where you are.
You can't conquer something else before you can't.
And you know, a lot of people think they'll escape their problems. Wherever you go, you take you with you.
Exactly.
And it's you, the individual, that is the driving force. But please, go ahead and...
Yeah, with that being said, of course, Clayton Markley. You can find me on Facebook, like page, Facebook/Clay Markley. Look me up. All my information's on there, and I'm on there regularly, so hit me up.
Excellent. All right, now, that's just one example of what you've got up in your MRC building. How many rooms do you actually have rented out currently to different acts?
16.
16 different rooms? Is that every room you have?
Yes.
So you're full right now?
Full right now, yes.
So anybody out there that is interested in what Robert Collette is offering, you might want to get a hold of him now.
Get on a wait list.
I have a feeling that there's going to be a waiting list as bands cycle through, because inevitably, at least one of these acts is going to move on, and then another, and then another. So spaces will open up eventually.
Yeah, we do have a hip-hop studio that's moving to Nashville, so we'll have another space open pretty soon.
So there you have it. Get in touch with Robert very quickly. Get on his list, because I think this is going to be something that musicians are truly going to benefit from.
Awesome.
Do they have to be in your building to play as part of your showcase?
No, the showcase was developed for amateur and local talent that doesn't necessarily have the opportunity elsewhere to get on stage, to network, to learn, to get used to the stage, things of that nature.
Why don't you go ahead while we got it on that topic and just look into the camera and tell musicians and everybody out there how they can go about getting hold of you to possibly be a part of that showcase and or to become to put their name on your list.
Anyone who is interested in joining the showcase or being a part of the showcase, you just call me on my cell phone. It's 901-619-5303. I can book. I'm booked up for a few months right now, but anybody who wants the opportunity to just get on stage, whether you've done it before or you have not, they just call me. We'll listen to your music. We'll sit down and talk about a few things, and I'll put you on stage. Absolutely. So just give me a call anytime.
Fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been there several times, and we've seen some of the, it's the first time I'd ever seen you perform.
Yes.
And I enjoy going to the showcases. It was last time, my wife's first time going. She got to see a lot of the people, and she really loves going there. And we have a lot of fun when we go.
It's a really good environment, and I can't stress enough the level of respect that we have for what you're doing, and because it isn't just for the musicians.
Can I say one thing about the artist showcase?
Absolutely.
As a brand new artist, what he has done is actually it's amazing because it offers development, which is why most musicians have to leave Memphis, or they feel they have to, because they don't know how to develop. And what this showcase has done for me personally, it's helped me develop and find different ranges of my own sound. And without that, I think that's so important to any artist is development, and it's offered that. It's really important.
And anybody back there, anytime, just chime in if you've got something to say. I know all of you have different experiences within the building.
Let's get on to some other performances.
All right.
While we got everybody here, who wants to go?
Do you freestyle?
I can.
Am I putting you on the spot?
I can do it. No, I can do it.
You want to bust something out? Why don't we have you bust something out, and we'll have
bust it out.
Bust it all over the place. We'll have remains the same. Were they going to do something? Remain the same.
Singular.
Well, we have you guys get ready to follow them up. All right.
Maybe a beat on the guitar.
Come on, little bro.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Man.
So we got to give him a beat.
Some music.
I need a beat. Yeah, I need something.
Can we get a beat? We got somewhere.
You want us to come back to you?
Yeah. I was like, can you do something on the guitar? He's like, man, I don't know.
Could be a train wreck. You never know.
This is the beauty of a live show. We can come back if you want a few moments.
All right.
What we'll do is we'll cut away. We're going to have the cold-blooded premiere down in Tupelo, April 11th at 7 p.m.
Okay. Tupelo 10?
Tupelo Malco 10 at Tupelo Commons. So we'll go ahead and run the trailer for Cold-Blooded. Give Plan C a moment to get himself ready, and we'll see what we're doing, and we'll be back with you in just a minute.
Rise and shine! You don't want to use your tongue? Let's remove it. That's it! Your tongue's mine! Wakey, wakey, Michelle. That's right, Gary. Your buddy's here with you, too. I get to prove my point to you both. Ever seen someone's eyes when they're wide from fear, from pain? You're evil. What do you know about evil?
want to ride?
Bye, Dad. What's in your bag? Is that blood?
Yeah, I would.
All right. That was the Bag and Cold-Blooded trailers for our Cold-Blooded event down in Tupelo, Mississippi, April 11th, 7 p.m. $5 to get in. Red carpet, photographers, the whole deal.
Do not miss out.
Yeah,
will be a party.
Actually, with that being said, should we present to Lodge the post? We'll do that later.
Yeah, let's wait and see if Matt wakes up.
Sit back.
Oh, Matt's asleep?
Yeah.
That's odd.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it over to Plan C. He's going to be accompanied by Clay Markley on the guitar, and this is a little impromptu freestyle from Plan C. Enjoy.
A little something from my song Julius Caesar. Plan C, third letter. Move out the way, youngin', little teeny bopper. I kick it with your mama. I got a drinking vodka. Hit me with that bullshit. I say Kalashnikov. If you survive this, you'll forever eat applesauce. I'm about to turn up. It ain't over till the bottle bust. I'm really clowning now, boy. I ain't even acting tough. She's saying that she ain't a slut, but I know she swallowed nut. Yeah, I'm fucking nasty, half stepping. They never got me much. Underground but so high. Catch me on the sonar. People say I'm on one. Yeah, I am. I won't lie. If I say some crazy shit, I'm not tripping. It's alright. If you on my side, dig it in, cause we about to ride. I might pull a foreign, I might pull up Chevy. Lot of titties and no ass, that's top heavy. See, they jockin' my swag, lot of carbon copies. I like the thick girl, so I'm glad she brought the posse. Yeah, people double cup so they can keep from coughing. Little dude will fuck around, make arrangements for his coffin. Yeah, you never know where I'm finna go. Leave the studio, grab the dro, and shoot a video. Bitch, I'm talking IMAX, big moves, not compact. Dope boys in my contacts, that shit babies won't call back. Conquer your chick, nap left, then I saw rags. I came, I saw, I conquered, this is all fact. I came, I saw, I conquered, what's up? Said I came, I saw, I conquered, what's up?
Ow!
Man.
All right, that's Plan C. Now, what has it been for you? You know, we all kind of touched on it. What's it been like for you to actually be able to get into this building and really be able to focus and get your art out there?
I stepped in MRC for the first time about the end of November, and it's March now, so I've been there for a minute, but ever since I stepped in for the first time, I kept coming back more and more. Like, before I knew it, I was there every day, working in the studio, and the next thing I know it, I'm renting out a room, and it's going to be a studio soon. Like, it's building every day. That room's getting more and more improvement, and I'm getting better every day, thanks to Rob and the people he's introduced me to. I'm having so many opportunities in this building. It's not even.
And I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. I love it.
That's just something that you don't find just handed to you.
Yeah, I didn't belong anywhere before I found that building. I'll put it that way. I was an outcast, and I found that building. I got a family now, so.
That's what it takes. I mean, it takes a partnership.
It really does.
And we at Rising Fire, we're a team. And if you're not a team and you're not able to help one another out, then it's tough being single. You know, just a single artist, and it takes a village.
It does, and you know, with what you do as a rapper, you can stand anywhere and do it, but to be able to have the space to think through. I mean, it's. You know, a lot of people think rapping is just speaking out. I mean, you really gotta have a vocabulary. You gotta choose, and you gotta have a spot where you can clearly think.
Yeah.
And to be surrounded, to be in an environment where everybody in that place is being creative, that kind of energy surrounding you has got to be a blessing.
Yeah.
For every one of you, I would assume. Just you know, you step out of your studio into the hall, and you're not running into some crackhead that used to live there. You're not running into some city official. You're running into the guy that plays guitar for the band next door. the guy that plays drums for the band down the hall. So it really is a family, an environment that's conducive to the creative process and the creation of music. And I think all of you are blessed to be in that situation. And again, Robert can never say it enough. God bless you for it, because this city needs it.
It's key to be around people that you could feed off of.
Absolutely.
At all times. Like you said, as a single artist, it is very extremely complicated to do it on your own. I see people time and time again who are single artists. They end up throwing their own shows just because they want to perform, and it's hard to get people there to support. So you got to have that. You got to have that feed off of each other, and
Well,
that's
also,
how it builds.
the knowledge and sport, and I commend you, that whole lack of ego that we're talking about. You
Yes,
epitomize by
yeah.
constantly saying
This guy.
everybody, but it did start somewhere, and it did start with you.
Correct.
And you're bringing your experience, you're bringing your knowledge, and you're providing opportunity. Now, yes, you have a group of people that are helping you take that foundation and lift, but man, you're the one that went out and you bought the supplies. You got the nails, you got the hammers, and you put it all there for them to build with. And, I love that you have no ego about it. It's just incredible how humble you are about it. But make no mistake, brother, you have done something amazing for these people, and you can hear it in their voices, you can see it in their eyes.
Every
when
time
talk.
they say something, they mention your name.
Each time they thank you for it. So, I don't even have the right words to say it, man.
You
But
Superman that hoe, in other
The
words.
Messiah.
That's what you're doing.
The Messiah, Robert Coletta.
It's a beautiful thing to see this much talent have the opportunity to step out and actually nurture itself and grow and find an audience. Because your events offer that opportunity too. So it's not just here's a place you can do your thing. It's not just here's a place where you can do your thing with your equipment. It's a place where they can come in, they can get their equipment, they can play, they can practice, they can record, they can go downstairs and play into an audience once a month. That is a hell of a thing to bring to the table. And I know everybody eating at the banquet loves it and loves you for it.
There you go.
And you have a hell of a family. I can see it. Just the fact that they came out here for you like this. So, well done.
Yes, sir.
All right. That said, what I'd like to do is if I can get Clay and Plan C to go ahead and step up a minute, I'd like Remain the Same to come around and get themselves set up, and we'll have them play here in just a minute as well. Anything else you want to bring up while they do that?
Not right now.
Well, I'll talk a little bit about, we've talked about everything you're doing for musicians. For filmmakers out there, I want to let them know that you've been in negotiations, as it were, with us about the possibility of making use of your space, whether it's to screen a film, as a set location to shoot, and possibly even putting our offices in one of your buildings. What you're offering musicians, filmmakers out there ought to be aware of, because you have things that could benefit them as well, and you are willing to bring that in. And then for you musicians, we're about to start a music video special. Now, most music videos around here are done kind of on the cheap, but you do get what you pay for. We're offering up a $2,000 music video where you get on-set direction, you get camera, you get lights, you get playback, you get concept development, you get a whole team to come out and help you shoot a video in a day. Now, I don't know that any of you are in the position right now to think about that kind of thing, but filmmakers out there, here's bands needing music. Here are bands and artists making music that you can use for film. So, I haven't seen one person shake their head no, like they wouldn't be willing to do that, because it's all exposure. It's all about shaking each other's hand and helping each other rise up. It's that family and the network.
It's that network thing.
That said, I want you guys to go ahead and reintroduce yourselves and tell us what you're going to do.
We will Remain the Same. We're going to play our new song, Here We Are.
All right, y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lie awake at night, I can only see your face. You left me all alone, you were gone without a trace. The way we were will never be, you caused a lot of hurt, but I just couldn't leave. I just couldn't leave. Here we are, time stands still. I'll never forget the way you make me feel. I'm missing you like crazy. Here we are, my life stands still. I'll never forget the way you make me feel. I'm missing you like crazy, like crazy. Your voice inside my head has me restless in my bed. When I feel like I'm better off dead, I think back to what you said. I know the past can be undone, but I can make the future a better one. When I finally find sleep, I know I'll see you in my dreams. Here we are, when time stands still. I'll never forget the way you make me feel. I'm missing you like crazy. Here we are, my life stands still. I'll never forget the way you make me feel. I'm missing you like crazy, like crazy. And I still haven't found closure for this loss of a life we lived. Oh, still haven't found. Here we are, when time stands still. I'll never forget the way you made me feel. I'm missing you like crazy, like crazy. Here we are, life stands still. I'll never forget the way you make me feel. I'm missing you like crazy, like crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. Woo!
Fantastic.
I'll just give my quick take on the MRC thing. Place has been around forever, but Rob has basically brought it back to what it used to be a long time ago. And I will say this, Memphis is a hard place, but just at least for our genre, I can tell you right now, the last few shows I've been at are about 10 times better than the past 2 years of shows that I've seen. So I can tell you that the work they're putting in is paying off big time. Rob's been a huge help, and I mean, he's been doing this for a while, and it's really starting to grow now. So hats off, buddy.
Scenes really seeming to come together, you know, and like you guys have been talking about it, everybody, at least within our family, you know, is really starting to work together and take the whole, not just music, but artist scene in general, you know, up another notch.
I think just little things like this, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't know any of you 2 hours ago.
Nope.
And I'm about to turn it over to my partner because I think he's got something he wants to say before he busts.
Yeah, really. I am getting ready to shoot a short film here in Memphis called Afterlife. And if any of you guys ever see my other film, which Robert has seen this week, called Blooded.
Badass.
Yeah, it's a very dark movie, but I'm supposed to do a romance, and I want to talk to you guys about putting that song in the film.
We've got acoustic. It's actually recorded full.
Well, this is a romance with life and death in it, and that would make a perfect
acoustic
song. Yeah.
Okay.
It would make a perfect song for the film.
Awesome. So there's an example right there of just how this
Yeah.
comes together.
That just
like
happened.
That just
happened.
happened. And, you know, I mean, you weren't even halfway through the song before he hit me on it. I could see it in his eyes. And then you got to the line about I'm better off dead, and his head just about fell off his shoulders.
So, I mean, this is what we put this show out for.
Absolutely.
Is to, I mean, like you said, it's more about film for us, and a lot of our audiences are directors and actors and so forth. But we want to bring everybody else in on that because it's a connection. It's the networking thing that we're always talking about.
Like I said, film without music is kind of boring. And, you know, what better way to tell us or our fellow filmmakers that might be watching what they have available?
Yeah.
Because right now, you know, when we make music or when we make a film and we start thinking of music, it's always a struggle. Who do we go to? Who do we talk to? There are a handful of people in town that do it professionally. Well, that's high dollar. There are a handful of people that do it in town that are willing to work with filmmakers, but are they busy? You know, Jonathan Kirksey, a local musician, is one of my favorite local musicians. His band Glory just put out a little EP, but man is always working. He did Craig's Poor and Hungry for Craig Brewer 10, 12 years ago. He did Mike McCarthy's Cigarette Girl. He's in like 4 bands, recording all the time. So knowing you guys are out there is just a huge weapon in our arsenal to be able to turn to, because as we've seen, just by 3 acts, we've gone from the acoustic guitar, we've gone to a rock band, well, acoustic yes, but a rock band. We went in and we had somebody come in and freestyle, and you know, I don't know what they necessarily do yet, but I heard one of the guys in the other band introduce himself as programmer. So there's obviously something going on in that, and I know jazz stuff is a very different take on than all of that. So you have such an incredible variety under one roof. Yeah, every filmmaker in town should be knocking on your door every time they finish a film.
Should be there every time that you have a showcase.
Because what better way to get that mutual lift than your music supports our film supports your music. Like this show. You're going to go home today. You're going to want your fans to see what you just did. Yep. That's going to send people to our website. We're going to want to see people to see what you just did. So we're going to tell them, and that's going to have people find out who you are. So now we're sharing that community. We're sharing that audience and that networking and kind of bringing it to each other. So again, Rob, what you've put together, just the variety, the support, like everyone else, you can hear it in their voices. He couldn't have been more honest about it. He brought it back.
I love that guy.
Thank y'all for having us out.
No, this is what we have been striving for. Lazarus has said it. I have said it. We've asked all kinds of directors and actors and actresses and other musicians to come out to the show, and this just shows. Now it just shows everybody that watches this show that we're serious about having people like you guys on and wanting to spread that talent through our community, through you guys' community and everything. It shouldn't be labeled the film community or the music community. It should be the arts community, period.
It's
so
the culture that
exactly, and
that's
why we're not worried.
It's a culture of multi-talented artists that are in a cooperation together to see a mutual benefit within the community here in Memphis, Tennessee, not having to leave to do it.
And like you said, and we've said too, we don't care. It's acoustic, it's electric, it's rap, it's hip-hop, it's spoken word. It doesn't matter. It's all arts, and it all has relevance. And we need it to spread. Our world, our country is decaying on so many levels. And I don't even want to begin to get into a political conversation or anything like that, just because it's a dangerous territory. But all of us know that it is not right. Well, we might all have our opinions as to how it could be fixed or what's wrong, but we all know it's not right. And any time in history that's happened, it has been the arts that has created that renaissance.
And what it is about arts as well with film and music, we all do something that we all have something in common, whether it be film or whether it be music. We're all out there to satisfy another person. Entertain another person. Yeah. You know, music makes people feel good. Watching movies makes people feel good. You know, it's all about what we're trying to do with entertaining other people and letting them see what we have to offer them. So with that being said, why don't you guys give some information about where people can find y'all stuff at, your Facebook, websites, anything like that.
Where they can hear your music, contact you personally, whatever it is.
Well, we've got a Facebook. It's Remain the Same. Facebook.com/Remain the Same. Sorry. RemainTheSame.net. That's our website. That's still in construction. But it's got our tunes on it as well. Reverb Nation. I don't know what the URL is for that.
It's ReverbNation.com.
I think we're the only one that pops up anyway. I think.
Yeah. And so pretty much anywhere. YouTube.
Really, if you just go to RemainTheSame.net, there's links to all our social media. Everything's right there. It's still under construction, but it's pretty much done.
And of course, there's always, Robert Coletta.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, you can't get hold of any of the individual musicians that you might be interested in. Get a hold of Robert Coletta. He's man. You have been.
You guys, you and Brandon have brought something back to this town that this town has definitely needed, and you guys everybody here, hats off to both of you.
To both of you. There's been in our little world at Rising Fire, in regards to you guys, it's been kind of like we were in a cave and you guys came in with a torch.
Yep.
And you showed us a little bit of light that existed on a front that we didn't see anything but darkness previously. Because it has been so hard to find, really quality music for our films has been tough. I've been doing this for 12 years, and a lot of the music I have, I've either been lucky to get or am not happy with.
And I'll say it now, as independent filmmakers, we are fucking broke.
I'm sure they know that.
I think everybody in this room,
if we all got together, we might be able to buy a steak dinner.
Yeah. And
for one person.
One of us, exactly.
I was looking for my feature film that Laz and I have been working on for music for it, trying to go through the channels of, getting the rights to show, to have it on the, man, I ain't got that kind of money. So it's great to have a music community here that, as filmmakers, we can kind of go to you guys and say, hey, let's work something out.
Absolutely.
And I love the free spirit that a lot of you have towards that kind of collaboration. Now, I haven't worked specifically with any of you, but I know just through talking with Rob that you guys, you don't just sit in your rooms and do your thing. You all know each other.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, we come out of our room and there's other bands and we meet them, or there's artists at the showcase.
So there's always room for these weird little side project conversation type things.
The other day, one of the tenants said, "Man, Rob," he said, "I had to leave the MRC for a little while the other day, and man, it sucked."
I can see that. It really is. I mean, the first time I walked into it, it really was sort of I walked into a home.
Really, it offers its own energy in there.
It really,
it's a completely
does.
different energy that nobody has ever felt anywhere else in the city. It's a beautiful
I'm in love.
I don't know.
With
It's
magical.
wanderlust. It's just
wanderlust.
Wanderlust. Yeah.
That's the word.
Somebody started calling it wanderlust in there.
What's great about the MRC is it's hard to find a place like that, especially here in Memphis, where everybody's open-minded to each other's music. You have somebody die hard
as well as their arts.
Hard that, this, that, and the other. So when you bring it all into there, the arts, the music, everybody's open, interested in each other's projects, and the MRC offers that.
Well, I noticed, not just locally, but throughout history of music, that it's often not the artists themselves that create the distinction between what they do and genres. They do music. People who listen to them listen to their heavy metal music, listen to their rock music, listen to the rap music. But the people making that are making music.
Right.
And when they get in a room together, you never know what will happen.
Exactly.
I mean, years ago, Tricky and the dude from Live did something together. Who saw that coming? You never know what's going to happen. So just the variety you offer in your building, as filmmakers, we have the opportunity to go, I'm looking for something like this. You got the voice I want, but they got the sound I want. So can we work out something where maybe we just get together and record a track? Mm-hmm. They may or may not be open to it, but that exists within that building, and that's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing to have that kind of open-mindedness amongst a crew of people.
It's hard to find in Memphis nowadays.
Absolutely.
Very hard.
We're going to go ahead and do another little cutaway. We're going to run do you have the video ad? Music video ad?
Yes.
All right, we're going to run our music video ad for any of the musicians out there that might be watching right now, and of course will be watching as in rerunning it themselves to see the performances. And we'll be right back with you in just a moment.
Last night, everything was fine.
No,
Everything has not been fine.
Last night,
my name is Alex. I wanted to be an actor, but then I got involved in the wrong crowd, the wrong people, made bad choices. I became a bad actor. But then I noticed Rising Fire Productions, and they made me the actor I am today. Since then, I've been able to get auditions and book roles. Thank you, Rising Fire.
If you see the signs of bad acting in yourself or someone you love, please don't wait until it is too late. Call Rising Fire for help today.
You get paid to have sex with beautiful women.
You're not pregnant, are you?
You're terminated.
Here's how we gonna do this.
I want the divorce.
I'm not gonna fire you, little lady.
Alright, welcome back. We're going to turn things over to Sad Movie Scene. We're going to have them introduce themselves once again and what it is that they'll be playing for you.
I'm Russ, play guitar and sing.
I'm Brandon, play guitar and mumble.
And what will you be performing?
It's going to be Never Enough, is the name of the song.
You said that I was supposed to be everything that you wanted me to be. And now my life is on overdrive. I don't know how to live my life this way. And now I'm down on both knees and I can't find no relief from the pain. Whatever it takes, I know that in my heart I can change. And this is a road I've never walked down. And when the light begins to hit my face, it's never enough. It's never enough. I break away. Whatever it takes, I know that in my heart I can change. And this is a road I've never walked down. And when the light begins to hit my face, it's never enough. It's never enough. I have become my least favorite place. And my life had no reasons. I got to pick up the pieces and say,
Woo!
I just met him last night. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for a little while now, but I met him last night.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We just met at Mulligan's last night. They kept going, "You gonna be there?" And I'd see him like 20 minutes later. They'd be like seeing if I was too drunk to remember. I was like,
"You better be there, dude." He
I
said,
said
"You're
2
gonna be there."
o'clock. I told you I'd be here.
That's just
That's
another.
so cool that y'all came though.
It's another example of what you're doing. I mean, these guys don't even have a spot at your building,
No,
at least not
no.
yet. And you just reached out to them last night and told them to be here because you wanted to get them some exposure, and I think that's fantastic. I mean,
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
On such short notice.
Oh yeah,
We're stoked to be here. I think it's awesome.
on a day when all of us would probably wish we were out drinking instead right now.
We're about to.
I like doing this.
I really appreciate
We're
you
across the
giving
street
us,
right there.
I really appreciate you giving us your St.
time.
Patty's afternoon
Yeah,
and coming
thank
in
you.
for us. And I want you to go ahead and tell people where they can hear you, where they can find you, and all that.
Yeah, Sad Movie Scene, Facebook, go to the search bars, easiest way, type Sad Movie Scene, 3 different words. Reverb Nation, same thing, reverbnation.com, type chat, Sad Movie Scene. Our music's up, we've got dates, upcoming tour, so check us out on those 2 pages.
Do you have any music out there for them to purchase?
Actually, we will at the beginning of April. Probably the first week of April. We don't have the exact date. It's recorded, it's mixed. We're sending it to be mastered, and it will be available for download and purchase and give away too. We're going to give our music away too.
First album?
First record with this band, yes.
Excellent. And what's it called?
Yeah, and tonight we're on Rock 103. They're doing a feature deal on us, Memphis Made.
Oh shit, it is Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tonight. So at 9 o'clock we'll be on that tonight. They'll be playing part
Every
of our
week,
record.
tune in. Memphis Made, Rock 103, Memphis Made, all local musicians on the radio.
Hear us
every single
in an
week.
interview.
Amazing.
Playing 2 songs.
We haven't had that in what, 10 years?
Excellent.
Yes.
It's great.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's
Glad
awesome.
to hear that's coming
Thank
back.
you,
What's the
Fletch.
name of the
And
album?
Justin Ryan.
Statue of David.
Statue of David by Sad Movie Scene. We're looking for it hopefully this April.
What's that? I'm sorry.
This April?
Yes, April.
We're
Yep.
hoping to see it this April. Excellent. Remain the same. Do you guys have music out there for purchase right now?
Yes, we do. We have our first EP, and then we've got 2 new songs off our upcoming EP.
And when will that one be out?
Well, we're
Still recording.
Still recording?
Still having the funds. But yeah, it should be. It's
We
going
do
to
take
be.
donations, so.
It's probably going to be this summer.
Okay, and I'm glad you said that. I was actually going to say something. It's like everybody you just heard is in the process of writing, recording. That's what they do. This is their job. This isn't just what they want. They have made this their life and their job, and they are blessed to be able to do something they love as much as we are as filmmakers. But it's a job. They need to get paid. In order to make these albums, they need to pay for studio space. They need to pay for studio time. They need to pay for the discs, the packaging, all the whole works. It doesn't come free. So when you look these guys up, think about maybe helping them out a little bit. Donate $1, donate $5, donate $10, whatever you can do. Buy their albums. Put a little bit of money in their pocket so they can eat. Let them enjoy St. Patrick's Day tonight. Again, I really love that you guys came in.
Thank you for having us, man.
That was great.
Thanks.
I want to go ahead and have you guys up, and I think we have a few people. I think everybody's left the room at the moment, but if there's people back there that haven't yet come up to the couch, I'd love to have them come up.
Ian hasn't said hello to anybody.
It doesn't look like he wants to be there.
Doesn't look like he's
been trying to hide ever
that.
since he walked in the door.
And we have a gentleman standing behind you wearing the
Actually,
Ardent
bass player,
shirt.
Brett Fraser.
That's the bass player from Remain the Same?
Yep.
Alright. Well, looks like we've kind of filtered through everybody, and we have a few people if they want to stick around. If anybody wants to play again, just let us know. I'd love to have another performance from everybody, if possible.
Ian, right? You not gonna play, man? Come on, man.
Would you like to come and at least tell people who you are? It's hard to get exposure when you're shy. Well, we'll let Robert explain. Robert, who is it we're talking to for the audience at home?
Get him. That's Ian. That's Ian Gowan. He is an artist himself. Have you been playing recently? Not recently. I don't see much of you anymore. I know you've been doing your own thing elsewhere.
We hope he does, though.
But yes.
What is it you play?
Please come back. Everybody applaud Ian to get back on the scene.
We have a room full of energy right here, all going your way. Man, this is fantastic. This has actually been one of my favorite shows, and we've still got a little bit of time to go. So, like I said, I'd love to have have y'all come back over again.
Yeah, somehow we scared everybody away.
To be able to put this together, and I mean, we literally last night talked about, will you have musicians? You know, let me see what I can do.
Yeah, I waited till the last minute because they are musicians. So I can't believe you forgot by now. Right, exactly. That's what you said last night.
Well, Robert contacted me at 1 p.m. when I woke up
today.
And said,
said,
hey, 2 o'clock, and I was like literally in my underwear.
I said, be here at 2 o'clock. Hang with me. Let's go.
But I made it.
Well, again,
made it with prizes and gifts.
What you have put together, that's well deserved, man. What you have put together, you can hear it in their performances, you see it in their eyes. The fact that you reached out to guys you just ran into last night, I mean, I realize you were friends with them, but they don't have a place at your building. You didn't necessarily have to promote them. You could have chosen to leave them out in favor of trying someone else, but you saw something and you brought it out there, and I think that's what it is you're doing.
It's that open-mindedness. It's what's so key. It's
no ego.
Keeping that ego out of the picture, open-mindedness, doing it for a passion, and just coming together to fill the gaps in each other's situation.
Having that ability to see in front of you somebody that is not only doing something good, but that has the heart, that has that dedication, that you see in them that drive, and that's what you've put together. You know, everybody in this room wants it. You can hear it when they perform, the thanks that they're giving you, how important it is to them. I mean, they know that you are putting stairs under their feet for them to climb, and you know that's a very, very giving thing to do. It's to put aside your ego, to put aside any desire for getting credit, the frequency with which you actually kind of push away the kudos. I'm glad that everybody in this room has taken that moment to give you that little salute, because it's deserved. You really are giving these musicians something that makes a difference in the long run to what they do. This isn't just a short burst of thanks for the dollar so I can get by. This is a chance for them, like I think it was Jad said, to truly develop, to learn who they are as an artist, and then to be able to put that in front of an audience, to test it, to manipulate it, to guide it, to mold and sculpt who they are as an artist. And that's what everybody, it's what every artist needs, whether it's a musician or a painter or a filmmaker. They need an audience to know, are they doing what it is that they're trying to do?
As an artist, evolution is an ongoing thing that can never stop, because the second it stops, you stop. And the MRC is a place where they really help put the things in front of you and push you to do that.
There you have it, man. It's testimony. Just, from the musicians you're doing this for, over and over. And like we said, every single week we do this show, we have told our audience about you and what it is you have put together. And I'm not trying to make you feel on the spot, and I'm not trying to weigh on your shoulders any. But brother, you really put something together that's important. It's not just something that people should be thanking you for. It's something, not just your musicians, it's people out there that should be thanking you for this, because this is the future of our arts. This is the music that we will listen to in 5 years, 10 years. Absolutely. This is the stuff that's going to be out there, and you're nurturing that, and you're bringing that to this city and hopefully beyond this city. And I, again, I truly commend you with that. And I know everybody in this room
Yes, sir.
is thoroughly grateful to you.
So what is next for you guys? What did you say that you had something that you was getting ready to do in Nashville?
No.
No.
In Nashville.
Nashville. No.
I thought you said so. I'm sorry.
No, he was. Brandon was saying that we might want to touch base that along with the MRC, one of the things that Brandon predominantly provides for help for artists is contracts, publishing, legal advice sometimes.
Helping with copyrights,
yeah,
radio
promotion.
Let's get him on camera because we've kind of
Yeah,
neglected
get him on
Brandon.
camera. He doesn't want to be on camera.
Yeah,
But put him on there anyway.
I want to do so just because we have kind of left you out a little bit and haven't really directly
leaves himself
spoken
out.
to you. But there's, as that silent, as I said, seemingly silent partner.
He's
there
the
are
one
things
that
you are
found
bringing
the
to the.
MRC.
I was
He's
going
the
to
one
say
that
there are
found
things
it
you
from the
brought
very
to the
beginning.
table that he couldn't
He
do
said,
what he's
"Let's
been
do
doing.
this."
You are partners, and I want I want people out there to realize the various things you are capable of and what it is you brought to this table and contracts and legal work, brother.
Yeah, contracts.
No
copyrights.
artist in their right mind wants to deal with that.
Oh no.
So having you there,
Yeah.
is so.
We also offer radio promotion campaigns. Right now we work with artist Keyless. He just hit number 88 on the media-based charts.
Justin,
with his new single Everything. So y'all can check it out on iTunes. And he's got a new video up. So check it out.
The video's done?
Well, it's not the official video, but Dave Sawyer came into the studio and shot them working on the song. So sweet.
Isn't he
and it
the
turned out
first
great.
one of his genre to actually make it to the charts?
He's the
from Memphis?
first independent
Yeah.
pop
That's
artist
amazing.
from Memphis ever to make it to the charts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ever, yeah.
Wow.
I would like to take this moment to thank you guys for letting us come out here. You definitely need to come down to the MRC and check out what Robert and all these artists are doing. Me as a production company with Jody Lane ENT, you can find us on Facebook. We handle a lot of large-scale stage production. We will be working hand-in-hand with the MRC to bring out some very entertainment to go hand-in-hand with the music, to expose these artists in a large-scale manner with lighting and such. So just definitely come down to MRC and see what these guys are doing.
There is a potential force brewing right here in this room for the Memphis arts community.
Yeah, this is great. This is actually great.
And it kind of it's slowly sinking in even still right now what we have in this room. From lighting and sound stage production to musicians available, to space available, to the ability to film it. This is a potential force for this city. And, I commend each and every one of you in this room for pursuing arts, especially in this city, because, there's a reason they call them starving artists. True artists are always starving.
Yeah,
because this is our passion. This is what we do, and I'm horrible with names, but when the gentleman from Remain the Same was sitting down here singing, he wasn't just half-assing. There was passion. He was belting, and you could hear it, and you could see it coming out. It was real.
I was looking for speakers. I thought he had
I was going to say, at one point, I looked up at my
surprised.
cameraman, and I saw him dialing down the sound bar, because, that boom picks up everything, and you've got a hell of a voice.
Yes, sir.
That is power.
Yeah, do it again.
Really, really
Do
power.
it again. Do it
So,
again.
I want you to come on back over.
Come on, man.
And,
He's like,
I don't know where the rest of your band went at the moment, but
They left me.
I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been doing this? Are you from the area?
Yeah, born and raised in Memphis, all 26 years. Played drums since I was probably 9. Been doing music forever, but got with a band and just started chipping away at it.
How long you guys been together?
We've been together. This lineup now, we got him. About a year, but we've been the band since I think late 2009.
Okay.
You remember when we met? It was in Lauren Ingram's kitchen, like 4 years ago.
That was a long time ago. Yep.
So how about you? Are you from the area?
I'm not. I moved here maybe 10 years ago, something like that. So
Well,
I've
you're
been
from
here
the
for a
area
while.
now.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
claimed you. Yeah.
I guess I've
We've
been here
claimed
long
you,
enough.
so
Where'd you come from?
I was military, so So,
Oh, so you were kind of everywhere.
Florida, California, Virginia.
Gotcha. Now, how did you two hook up?
Craigslist.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the diamond in the rough.
How about that?
Craigslist.
Yeah, you got to be.
It's hit or miss.
Yeah.
I kind of look at Craigslist as either hit or porn.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
So what does the porn have to do to get in the band?
I was going to say. We may want to discuss that.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it somewhat, you know.
Well, how would you guys feel about giving us another performance? Do you have something else you could prepare? Or?
Yeah, we could do one more.
Please do. Chase is around.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and we'll take a small break. We're gonna look at a promotional video here. But you guys get yourselves ready. We'd love to have you play again, and Clay, would love to have you get up here again too, if you would. All right, man. Excellent. All right, we're gonna take a quick cutaway.
Isn't that cool? Awesome. Check this out.
We're gonna look at Tura Gun Angel. This is a film being produced by Marshall Pictures, which is spearheaded by the lighting and sound guy that we go to generally for our productions, Greg Gray. He has started production on, I believe, the first scene of the film, and they are...
This is a campaign to raise money for the first scene.
I'm sorry, this is a campaign to raise money for the first scene. I know they filmed some stuff. And it is, again, Tura Gun Angel, based on the comic book by Martheus Wade, who is a local comic artist, writer, and also teacher of comic sequential art. Another artist who maybe we should try to bring into the fold a little bit, because you might have some people he could help. He's a very talented man.
Cool.
And his local comic has a pretty good audience, and they've decided to try and take this thing to the screen. So let's go ahead and look at the campaign for Tura Gun Angel, and please support the film and donate.
What do you do when you're raised to be a weapon, but you're tired of death? How do you quit the past when violence is all around you? When somebody pushes you far enough, you push back. And if they're not dead already, it's only because I haven't killed them yet.
I'm Alex Wolf, and I'm here with Martheus Wade, creator of comic Tura Gun Angel. How you doing, Martheus?
I'm good. Just glad to be on set. It's pretty cool, man.
Can you tell some of the viewers about Tura? Who is she?
Tura is a ninja of the Toshigawa Ninja Clan, and she is also a bounty hunter. When she left Japan and came to America, she ended up taking up bounty hunting because, you know, that's what ninjas do. They take up bounty hunting when they go from Japan to America. So it's pretty much about her story, trying to find her way back to the clan, kind of, but at the same time being able to establish herself as her own entity away from the Ninja Clan.
So far, it's been great. We kind of have a dream team of people assembled. Sona is our costume person, and she's fantastic. And Blake, he's our makeup and wig guy, and they both really conspired to bring Tura to life. So it's been really fun to work with them.
You guys are so amazing. Seriously.
When I saw Rachel in the outfit, I was like, dang, that's pretty freaking. That's Tura, you know what I mean? Being able to interact with her, she got the attitude down pat. You know, I was just like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
When I was a little girl, I wanted to play Wonder Woman, like insanely bad. So the fact that it's still a comic book character, I mean, it's still a superhero, and it's a bad chick. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Oh, yeah. I hear you. I played Catwoman with my Barbies.
Yeah, see?
You have actually had over 800 submissions for women wanting to play this role.
Yeah.
What made you choose Rachel?
I wrote a couple of little short scenes for her, for everybody to read and to kind of get a feel of their range. And when she did hers, it was the best. I mean, she nailed the feel of the character Tura.
Can you dance? What? You heard me? Yeah, I can dance. Come on. What? I'll make it up to you for getting to the hacker before you. How? I'll let you buy me a drink.
So the director tells me you're already training for some fight scenes. What have you done so far?
Well, we've been doing a lot of training just so that I can really get into the fight sequences. We've done kickboxing, which is really athletic, a lot of punches, a lot of kicks, you know, which is good for the workout too. And then also sword fighting training. Getting to do it, I don't know, it's a new respect for it, I think, because suddenly you realize, oh, this is way more challenging than you would ever imagine just watching it. But fortunately, I'm able to train with somebody extremely talented and knowledgeable. Mark Chevalier, he has over 10 years of Japanese sword training. So he's literally like my go-to man.
So you've actually gotten to perform samurai swordplay then?
Yes. Isn't that cool to say? Yes. That's what I want to do. Obviously, that's not how quick I can do it just yet.
I've also been told that you have had gun training for a previous role. Is that true?
I had the lead in an independent feature film called Officer Down. They gave me a nice little training session, and I loved it. Loved it. So getting to do that again, it just, I don't know, there's something empowering about it.
That's right. You're trying to raise money to shoot the opening scene of the feature. What happens in the opening scene?
In the opening scene, Tura is a bounty hunter. She has an assignment to kidnap a hacker who's got some pretty important information on some dangerous people, and it's her job to go in and pull this guy out of a club, and that's what she does in the opening scene.
Awesome.
We're actually going to be trying to raise money for the opening scene with a Indiegogo campaign. From there, we're going to be able to do some really great stuff. So anybody that's interested should go to touragunangel.com. All the information will be there.
Well, great. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you.
Martheus. We
Thank you.
cannot wait to find out more about the movie.
It's nice to see characters that are strong, independent, fighting women. We have a lot of male characters like that. So to play like this really cool chick that is totally in charge, so it's nice to be able to portray that and give women that example.
We could definitely use more badass.
Right? I'm telling you, we need more badass chicks.
Oh, yeah. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you about Tura's production and maybe a few reels.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sounds good.
Great, we can't wait. Thank you for joining us here. I'm Alex Wolf, and this is Rachel Alex, star of Tura. Stay tuned for more.
All right, welcome back. We've got Remain the Same set up and ready to go. We're just going to turn it over to them right away and enjoy. Let us know what you're playing.
This one's called Into the New.
Destruction, disgrace. Is there anyone to take a stand, rise up and fight for our land? Freedom slowly fading day by day, held captive by the very ones we pay. This world headed straight for hell. It doesn't need any help from me. Over and over, you're pulling me further into the new. When all that's around me is starving and bleeding, I'll stand strong with you. say, where you gonna go when they come to throw you on the gallows? Will I still talk to God? And I've made up my mind. This time I will try, even if it means my life. Over and over, you're pulling me further into the new. When all that's around me is storming and bleeding, I'll stand strong with you. How long until you make your move? Which way are you going to choose? Over and over and over and over into the new. When all that's around me is storming and bleeding, I'll stand strong with you. Into the new, into the new, I'll stand strong with you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you once again. That's Remain the Same. That was In the New. Fantastic song. Is that one of the older ones, or is that one you're currently working?
That's one of our new ones. We released that one right before the last one we did.
Excellent.
So that'll be on the new EP as well.
Excellent. So look for those two songs that you've heard today, and of course, join us on the In-Frame page on our Rising Fire site, or go to the Ustream page for In-Frame, and be sure to watch this, spread it around, tell your friends about it, because we've had some fantastic musicians here today.
Yes, sir.
And again, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today.
We really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Look forward to it. Are you playing out live anywhere soon?
Man, we're still, getting everything ready to go. So
We've got
We've
a lot
been
of
doing a lot
stuff
of
that's
good
going to be
stuff.
posted very soon. A lot of stuff in the works.
Excellent.
Nothing
So
completely
hopefully we'll
new.
get a chance to see you out there doing what you do in a live setting.
should be teaming up with our buddies Sad Movie soon, pretty soon. So.
Well, just
that'd
let
be
us
hell
know.
of a bill.
Yeah, that will.
Hey.
Just let us know. That way we can kind of promote you guys on our Facebook. We
Oh,
have our Facebook, Rising Fire Productions, In Frame, all of
Plus
our
our personals.
Yeah,
we'll
all of our
definitely make sure we
personals.
link up with you guys and promote your stuff as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
so
Tell all your friends about your performances so they know where to come and look at it. And
Absolutely.
one hand washes the other. Hopefully we'll all kind of start moving forward together and really become a force like
What do you think
potential
about the
we
Levitt
have.
show?
That would be sweet.
Levitt
It's
show?
sweet, yeah.
Y'all be looking for these guys at the Levitt show this summer.
There you go.
We'll do it.
Right
We'll
on.
be there.
Right there. All right. Fantastic.
Two opportunities.
Yes.
So you never know what happens, know,
No.
and this is one of the things, this building itself is conducive to this kind of thing. If you're fans of movies, if you're thinking about doing songs and music for movies, you want to be in movies, this is a hell of a building to step into because you can do all the research you will ever need for any kind of film. And if you're fortunate enough to walk in when Matt Martin is sitting at the desk, ask him a question. I guarantee you he can get you an answer of some sort because the man knows just too much crap about movies.
Yes, he can tell you things that you would not even think. I mean, he can tell you the times and days that it was made and everything.
He'll
so.
tell you some of the side stories that went on some of the sets
Yeah.
in movies. So it's amazing what he can tell you. But this is
a
you never know
library.
who you will walk
Yeah.
into. We were sitting in here one day at the end of a show. Mike McCarthy walked in, who most of us know as a local filmmaker. Sitting in here one day, Josh McClain walked through, another drummer in the local music scene. You never know who will step into Black Lodge and what can come from being at Black Lodge. So I see this has been an opportunity for everyone in this room, us,
Yes,
you guys,
very much, for
everything
sure.
all around. So I really am very pleased to have been
a part of this
a
today.
part of this,
Yeah.
and that you'd give us your time.
I think this is one of my most favorite
I was
shows.
going to say this might be one of the favorite
This was
shows
my
we've ever done.
first and very mostly favorite. First and very mostly favorite. I'm
Gotta
very
raise the notch from now
thankful
on.
to be here.
Yeah,
with you
it's gonna
guys
be hard
today.
to-
It's been
Well,
awesome.
I was going to say we might have set the bar because we've got Robert Coletta in here doing what he does for musicians and artists. We got the musicians in here doing what they do. We got a guy over here who works with DJs and dancers and light shows and sound production,
fire performers,
and whatever else.
You know,
we got Brandon on the end.
you do something very important that we talk a lot
Yes, sir.
about is helping the artists with contracts and stuff like that
Yeah.
because
build their foundation.
yeah, everybody knows
And be safe.
yeah, and to be
protected.
safe and
That's
protected
key.
because as a company we've been looking at things and we've been talking to other people about some of the things that we're doing, and the first thing that comes out of my mouth is contracts. Contracts. It's called covering your own ass.
Yeah, you got
all
to.
the time, and that is something right there that people should thank you for because, guys, there's people out there that's wanting to bleed you dry.
Oh yeah.
Over
Always.
things, always, whether it's any kind of arts, and for you to do something like that, that's commendable. Making sure people are protected. So
And to be such a humble, honest person.
Well, that's key. That's what gets you far,
Yeah.
especially in this business. I mean, when you deal with the people who aren't as forthcoming with the information, bad things happen. Business
yeah.
doesn't last.
Exactly.
The best business is good business.
there you go.
There's no better way to say it
There's
right there.
That's
But
that's a t-shirt.
I do want, Brandon, I do want to make sure you understand that everything you hear me say to Robert, I say to you as a team.
Yeah.
Because I know you're there.
Oh, yeah.
And you aren't, I call you the silent partner because you're quiet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean you don't have a voice in that partnership.
He voices
and
on
I
that,
want
yeah.
people to understand that you are a massively important part of this process. And, in many ways, Robert's giving them opportunities. You're keeping them safe.
Yeah.
And that in some ways,
And that,
There you go.
that's much more important.
that comes hand
So-
in hand. What's great about the MRC and with the people that are dealing with the MRC, it's a multicultural, multi-cooperation of artists and talent that can come together in a safe and secure environment where people are there to work together as a whole to benefit Memphis's entertainment scene as a whole versus out for their own means altogether. Of course, we all have our own goals, our own means, but we do it if you do it in an honest manner, where everybody's looking out for each other, everybody benefits. You go a lot more further, especially in this business.
Absolutely. And I love the mutual support, the camaraderie, the brotherhood that I see in all of these faces in this room, the energy that's in this room right now.
A lot of people
have been in here since we
a
started.
lot of people
the show.
don't
It's been
understand
amazing.
partnerships. A lot of people look at partnerships as that's somebody that I've got to deal with. And with us, when Lazarus and I got to work together the first time, and he approached me about being his being a full partner with Rising Fire. I'd had so many bad experiences with
be
partners
cautious.
before.
You have to be.
You have to be cautious, but it's taught us both that we have somebody there to rely on.
There are people out there you can find.
There are, and
be on the same
with us, we know that we can rely on each other within the films and within life itself, and I'm sure it's that way with you and Robert as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it
And it's-
partnerships are some of the best things if you.
And it's key to find those kind of partnerships because I'm pretty sure that y'all both are on the same goal and y'all both look out for each other, but y'all both have, other views, and that's what makes it work so well is because you have that view over here, he has that view over there, and they cross and fill in the gaps, and that's what's key with this.
I watched him work, and I've heard him grow in just the year that we've been together. I've seen and heard him grow as a filmmaker in different ways, and as I'm watching, I'm realizing he's not the only one that's growing.
Right.
He's teaching me some things.
Exactly.
And at the beginning, he kept calling me his mentor,
Still
and I kept telling him, "No, there's no way I am," because he's teaching me as much as I'm teaching him. And this is a partnership. We're equals in this. And I respect his vision. That's why I wanted him as my partners, because he had his own vision.
Right.
I have my own vision. The fact that they are similar gives us the ability to run parallel with each other and give each other that support. I had spent 12 years building up small name and small reputation with some people And I felt maybe by bringing him in, I could steer him around a lot of the crap I had to go through to get there.
Exactly.
And that's all it was. From there, he's his own filmmaker, and he's more than my equal.
Right.
I don't consider that mentoring.
Well,
I consider that going, hey,
a
avoid this pothole right
Yeah.
here.
Well, you know,
it's a partnership.
And everything,
Exactly.
you know, with partnerships, you know, marriages and stuff like that, when you have a certain person that you depend on, it's not always the visions that you have, but it's always, it's a part of the vision, but it's also a part of being able to have that person to go,
You know that got you.
yeah, I've got your back, man, no matter
time.
what it is. You know, we, you know, as filmmakers and as partners and everything, and we all, sometimes we forget about Kent. He's our partner too, but we can all.
He's our silent partner.
Yeah. we can all depend on, you know, each other within our films and in life in general, because, you know, there's not going to be anybody that's going to walk on us. And
No.
I'm, you know,
No one is out there looking to lift us up.
Yeah.
We have to do that ourselves.
Right.
And, you know, what Robert has done for musicians is exactly that. He's given them some place where they can go and they can lift themselves up. And as you said, it's a safe, protected environment where they can learn to protect themselves through contracts, where they can learn to develop themselves as artists in the recording phase, in the playing phase. It truly is an amazing thing that the MRC has put together and brought to our city. And I, you know, again, everybody in this room, the energy that has been in this room since 1:30 when we started set it up for this show has been amazing.
Tremendous.
And, you know, I feel lifted. I feel like this is an opportunity, like I said, we can become a force, you know, through cross-promotion, through, you know, when you guys perform, talk about us. When we go out and we're shooting and we're talking to other people, talk about them, talk about you, all that. That mutual support really will create a wave.
A movement.
And if you know, a wave becomes a movement. That
The
it all
city
starts with
really
that one
needs
voice.
that right now.
Exactly. Not just the
Horribly
scene,
needs
but
it.
the whole country.
The whole country. Yeah, the whole country.
And any doubt that our country needs guidance in music, just turn on a radio.
Yeah.
I was just telling Jad before the show, I haven't turned a radio on purpose since 1983.
Oh, shit.
I'll do research for music. I'll talk to people. What kind of music do you like and listen to? And I go out of the way to find stuff that is not going to be on
the
modern radio because that's just not music anymore.
No.
Well,
by and large.
Well, thank God for Pandora.
There are exceptions. There are exceptions out there. I'm talking mainstream AM, FM.
Yeah.
Well,
FM,
and what the
FM
goal
radio.
with these music stations and these big time record companies, they take somebody who has a decent sound, makes them big through backing them, makes their profit, and then 5 years later, people don't even remember who you are.
Yeah. Or the worst thing, which
And
is
that's horrible. I mean, your art should be remembered. It should make a statement within the community for other generations to enjoy.
Absolutely.
Like the music that we still listen to from, like, as far as like Zeppelin and everything from back in the day, it's still respected. Is because when it started, it was such a more of a pure thing.
It was real.
It was real.
A lot of music today is fly by night. It's here today, gone tomorrow, and that's sad because people put so much work into doing what they're doing.
Well,
and-
even if you look at American Idol, you look at X Factor, you look at The Voice. These shows are all about people who can sing, and they give them these songs to sing, and there's definitely a market for that. That's what Sinatra did. That's what Dean Martin. They were singers. Give them songs, they sing them. But rock and roll was kids getting together, writing and playing, and
They
learning
bring that.
something, and bringing something truly unique and original that was an expression. It wasn't mass-produced.
Right.
And now, I harken back to the 90s when Creed came out. Not a particular favorite of mine. They came out. A year later, there were 8 other bands, new bands, that all sounded exactly like Creed. It got to the point where I couldn't tell Creed from the next other band that had come out that month. And mass-producing a sound is no way to do anything. So we need you
need
guys.
sound design.
We need Clay. We need Jad. We need people like you and the MRC and what you guys have built down there to infuse music with life again. Because rock and roll died years ago.
Yes.
You know, there are one or two people out there trying, but
Bad coma, yeah.
The drugs
I
caught
like
up.
that. Maybe it was the drugs that made
I was
everything
gonna say,
so.
all the drugs caught up and put it into a coma, but it's time to revive that. You know,
Yes.
I'm
agree.
again not a huge fan of Dave Grohl personally, but with the Foo Fighters, with Queens of the Stone Age, with them crooked, I don't like Nirvana. I'm weird.
Oh my God.
But at least he's out there trying to kick it
Pioneer
again.
original sound
He's
design.
trying to grow a set for music again, and I love that you guys are out there just doing what you do. There is no pretense to be what's out there. The job is to be who you are, and I commend you to that. And I think you have something. I look forward to seeing you guys live whenever the
Yes,
opportunity
definitely. Let us
arises.
know. We would love to come and see you guys. Any of you guys play live.
And hopefully we'll be looking at one of your songs in Afterlife here.
What I think was really funny, I was kind of scrolling through Facebook one day, and they had the little memes that have the little writing on the pictures,
Mhm.
and they had one, bands, and then they had one like it had a picture of Beyonce, and then it was like 4 songwriters.
Yeah, it was the Bohemian Rhapsody
and then the same
comparison.
lyrics over and over, and then like so many guys do the band, and then this like elaborate.
The one I saw was Beyonce's
And, Eddie Mercury.
Girls and
Yeah,
Freddie
Bohemian
Mercury's
Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
one guy
exactly.
wrote this and 6 guys wrote this, and
Yeah.
it's repetitious and it's just crap.
And that exactly like goes back to what's like the
Well,
mainstream thing that you guys are talking about.
That's producers making our music. That's not musicians making
Exactly.
our music. And I think a line got
Pro-
crossed somewhere.
producers are like their job, in my eyes, is to fine tune the little quirks and things like once you make your recording. But the art itself should be yours, what you created, the songs that you wrote. How
I
you
think everybody
play.
wanted to be Barry Gordy after they realized what happened with him. So.
Well, the same thing can be said for film too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
Film has
that's
gotten
the same
so
thing with
yeah,
films. Like
yeah.
I've seen, I've actually quit going to see movies at theaters because it's like
many people
the
have.
same thing, just a different outline.
Yep.
But the same storyline.
Different names.
And
different
IMAX
pictures,
3D
but-
though. Wow.
Yeah.
I almost felt like I was
you
on a
get the
ride
right
at first. I was
movie-
like,
yeah, when you get the right
whoa.
movie with the IMAX 3D, yeah, I can agree with you there. But there's so many, Hollywood's gotten to where they want to put asses in the seat so bad that they'll make anything. I'm scared. I'm scared to see the new Evil Dead.
They want to spend the least.
Just spin it. It's called
and make the
spins.
most.
Spins. They take the same thing and spin it, and then release it again like it's something.
And then
brand
if for any reason something comes out that's even the least bit original,
Not as
a
many
year
people
later you
get to
have
see
5
it.
copies.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, first of all, you get the limited market. It gets a little vibe, and then a year later, 5 bigger productions that are far crappier that
Take
copy
that
it come out.
and come out with it and release it on a larger scale, and
Well,
it's not right.
I want to go ahead and
Altogether.
thank you guys once again. Have you step up off the couch and move around. We're going to bring Clay back around as we get ready to close out the show. Robert, again, everybody out there's probably tired of hearing me say it, but I thank you and I commend you for what you're
Thank
doing
y'all.
because we need this in our city. We need this in our country. We need an MRC in every city in this country.
Y'all would love that, wouldn't you?
I think that's our goal. Help these boys grow and put one of these buildings in every city around.
Man, that'd be really cool.
It will.
I think this is a good opportunity to grow the MRC and then maybe look into getting it some funding as far as for a community thing.
Absolutely.
Because it is such a community thing. It's a giving back to the artist scene and the channeling these artists' music so they're not, these young kids aren't going out and getting messed up on drugs and having issues with their lives and giving them a place to go, almost like the YMCA, but for musicians.
It's something really cool. My friend John Miller works over there at the foundation, the Memphis Music Foundation. When people come in there and they ask him about the MRC, he tells them that his favorite thing about the MRC is that what other organizations, city-backed or not, are attempting to do, we already are doing that.
Exactly.
We're
See,
the only
that's a
facility
claim
in
right
the
there.
city that's
And you
not
just-
good.
you've
and
gone
we're doing
around
it
all
without
the-
a budget.
you've
And
gone
we're
around
doing
all
it
the
because we love
bureaucracy.
each other and we all love the same things.
And a place like MRC deserves that kind of help, just
Absolutely.
like you guys deserve that kind of help
Absolutely.
because y'all are doing it on
Well,
a pure, real level.
Our perspective is, as filmmakers, we are asking a community to support us.
Right.
Therefore, it is our obligation to give something back to that community.
Exactly.
That is why we created this show, because we have no money. We have no budgets. We want a song in our movie. We might not have money, so we have to talk to an artist and think, what can we work out?
Right.
You know, one way to do that, we get you on this show. We're here to thank everyone that's ever supported us and worked with us. Like I said, I've done this for 12 years, and I've had very little to nothing on every film I've ever made. My budgets have been almost zero. You take out food and transportation, most of my movies are made on less than $50. And it's because an artist came out and gave me their music. It is because someone came out and donated some time. And the creation of this show is to thank people for that, and to thank in advance the other people who could do that, the other artists in this city. Also, to create a network of these artists and musicians so that that becomes more possible and more mutually beneficial in the long run.
One hand helping the other push each other to the next level, pushing each other to accomplish a greater goal is what this is all about.
Absolutely.
We don't do in frame to stroke our egos. We do this because we want to help everybody out.
And I think I speak for everybody. I mean, we're very grateful and just to be here.
We are grateful to have
you.
you.
Feel privileged.
We are very
Thank
grateful
you
to have
guys
you
for doing
because,
this.
Thank you.
Like he
Thank
said,
you, Black Lives also.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yes.
always.
Yes.
Like he said, you know, we started in frame not because we wanted to get out here and talk about what Rising Fire is doing. Yes, we'll cover that because that's us and that's what we're doing.
Right, exactly.
But we did not want this show to become masturbatory. We didn't want it to be all about us. That's the last thing we want it to be. We'll work in our promotions for us along the way, but what we want to do is thank each and every artist, musician, filmmaker, actor, painter, poet, whatever they might be. We want to thank them for doing what they do, plain and simple.
I feel the best promotions in any sense is, I mean, you can scream what you're doing all day, and people know that you're screaming it because it's what you're doing. The best promotions that can be offered is by people who aren't directly linked to you, saying, "Hey, you really need to go check out these guys. They're doing something
Absolutely.
great."
You know, you see this new trend kind of occurring in the city, and I think the MRC has a great role in this. And it's, you have artists who are getting places, but they're not being greedy anymore. They're actually pushing out and helping younger artists and sharing the opportunities and helping each other instead of, oh, I know this guy, I'm gonna keep his information to myself. I don't want anyone else having any more luck than me. No, it's all about helping the other guys out, and it's super beneficial because when they have a gig that they need someone to play, they call you. And
It's so funny you say that because I personally and we as a team recently went through that situation where someone was like, look, you know, I introduced you to this person. You can't steer around me. All I did was say, hey,
how's it going? I am.
So it is a very good thing that each and every one of you, from every different, whether it's the contracts, whether it's the promotions and performance, whether it's the space and the creation of an environment, or whether it's the production of the sound and the music itself, the work you guys are doing and the energy you create, like you said, that building has its own thing, especially for the downtown area, and I love it. It's a highly important thing in this city, in every city, and it needs to get more exposure. You know, we bring you on here, we keep these shows online. They're on Ustream for a period of time. Ken's going to be downloading them. We're going to be uploading them. Is it a YouTube page that you're putting them on? Okay. We're going to be having them on a YouTube page, so they will always be out there for you to send people to. We have the In-Frame page on our own website for a week. This show will be up on our site for a week. Cool. So if you send them to risingfire.com, there's an In-Frame link on the left side of the page. That brings people to our website. Now they look and see what we're doing a little bit. So it really is all about helping each other out and getting us all out there.
A really good way for us to expose what you guys are doing would be for all of us to get on each other's Facebook page and post the links to each other.
Absolutely.
Share music.
And I want to ask and tell every one of you, there is an In-Frame page on Facebook. Use it. dump your links there. I don't care how many you put up there. You can, as long as it works. If there's any post problems, we'll work it out. But post your links up there for people to check out and find. That said, we got to get to closing out our show. We're going to have Clay play us out, and then we're going to follow it up with the very important Red Hot and Rescue that Mike McCarthy is trying to do to save WHBQ Studios. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, Clay Aiken. We'll be back in...
Clay Aiken? You said
I
it?
did that!
Oh, my gosh! Oh, shit! Oh.
You know what? You get one free shot.
I hear it all the time, man.
Play Mark Lee will play us out. We'll look at the video. We'll be back in 2 weeks, April 7th, with In Frame. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Sorry about that.
That was hilarious. That happens.
Lord, don't let me be a lonely man, stuck in my bed thinking again. Will the day ever come I can finally spoil someone? Is there anyone for me? Too blind to see. Let me be the only one standing out in the sun. Is there anyone? Is there anyone for me? I had a girl, but she's long gone. Should've told her that I was wrong. Yeah, I let her go. Shouldn't let you go. It's just me now. Lord, don't let me be a lonely man, stuck in my head thinking again. Will the day ever come when I can finally spoil someone? Is there anyone for me? Am I too blind to see? Don't let me be the only one standing out in the sun. Is there anyone? Is there anyone for me? I had a girl, but she's long gone. Should've told her that I was wrong. Yeah, I let her go. Shouldn't have let you go. It's harder than before. It's just me now. Yeah, it's just me now. Is there anyone for me? 'Cause it's just me now.
Thank you, Clay Markley. Thank you, Remain the Same. Thank you, Sad Movie Scene. Robert Coletta, Brandon Knight, Jody. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Good game, good game.
Hey, that was...
Oh, yes, sir. Good for you, Joe Phillips. Everybody want to buy got Kennedy Baptist Hospital, War 24E. Just flat fix and bring you the hottest thing in the country, real hot and blue, coming to you through WHBQ in Memphis, Tennessee, and it's Friday night, tomorrow.
We're here at the Hotel Chiska in downtown Memphis. It's a 100-year-old building that's being renovated and turned into apartments. We're actually in the mezzanine level, which used to be WHBQ radio station offices. On July 5th, 1954, Sam Phillips records Elvis Presley doing That's All Right with Scotty and Bill. 3 days later, he's given the acetate recording to Dewey Phillips, who has a show here at WHBQ called Red Hot and Blue. Let's go down the hallway and find him. On July 8th, Dewey Phillips tells Elvis and tells Sam he's going to play this song, right? Elvis gets so nervous that he goes to a movie theater. He can't handle what might happen, the rejection that might follow. but the song is so popular that Dewey plays it 14 times out of his room down here. The Presleys are urged to go get Elvis at the movie theater and bring him to Red Hot and Blue because Dewey wants to interview him. And all that happened in this room right here. By the time Elvis gets to this room, he's a nervous wreck. He tells Dewey, "I ain't never been interviewed before, Mr. Phillips." And Dewey Phillips says, "It's all right, Elvis. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask you a few questions, like where you go to high school and how old you are." Elvis answers all these questions. But what Dewey didn't tell him is that the microphone was on the whole time, and it happened in this room. The conversation that Dewey and Elvis have in this exact room in 1954, July 8th, is the first rock and roll conversation that's broadcast on the air ever. Right now, we need your help to save this room. All these panels, everything is original to 1954. We need to excavate the room, basically, just as it is, exact measurements, the glass, everything, and we need to take it downstairs and create in the lobby a museum piece of the room so that the next time you're in Memphis, you can come in and you can see where the great Dewey Phillips performed Red Hot and Blue and first had a rock and roll conversation with Elvis Presley that night on July 8th, 1954. Please help us in this cause. City of Memphis thanks you.
Oh, taking the blues with piano red. Let's wake up. Well, got a telegram here from Truman. Want to play goodbye and so long.
Let's dig them